All right, we're gonna go over kettlebell arm bars. Kettlebell arm bars, there's a few ways to do them. I'm gonna show you a few variations, but they're a great shoulder stability exercise. There's also quite a bit of detail, I think, that goes into it that I wanna show. Um, and if you are rehabbing, there's definitely a lot of details that I think just starting the rep is important. So I'm gonna go through them. I've got three sizes. I've got a 4 kilogram, 8 kilogram, and I've got the 16 kilogram. I have seen a 500-pound bench presser struggle and fail to do a bottoms up arm bar with 8 kilograms. So I say that to say it's not as easy as it might look. The key is going to be grip. You don't want to hold the kettlebell, you want to squeeze it actively. So I'll be doing that when I demonstrate, but just know it is very common that especially younger athletes cannot do the bottoms up variation. And I'm going to show you some options whenever I do that. So first step is you got to teach people how to pick the kettlebell up, get it into the proper position, and to do it without putting yourself in a vulnerable position where you ironically hurt your shoulder when you're trying to strengthen the joint. So first step is you're going to lay in a 90-90 position, meaning your legs are going to be at bent at the hip, and you're going to have 90 degrees here, 90 degrees at the knee. I'm going to bring my kettlebell bottom hand underneath, top hand on top, and then I'm just going to roll to my back. My off leg, I'm going to go straight. And then it really depends on what you want to do. We're going to go over the bottoms up position first. So I'm going to turn my kettlebell upside down and hold. And usually as a coach, I've got a clock going. We'll do 15 or 20 seconds and hold. Remember, I'm squeezing the kettlebell, not just holding it, you're actively squeezing it. The stronger your grip, the better you're going to be at this. But what's happening is obviously the kettlebell wants to go left and right. My shoulder has to stabilize, and it's a great prep exercise before a bench press or overhead press, or just to simply strengthen this as a strengthening routine in general. If you want a prehab, maybe you're rehabbing from an injury, but my bottom leg is straight, this knee's bent. For people who cannot do it bottoms up, you just let it come down on the side. Now, when you do this, you don't want your wrist to bend. It's very easy. You'll see younger athletes do this. The wrist needs to be straight. That's very important. So I'm still here. Now, if I want to take this up a notch to another variation, I'm going to roll to my left. What I would do to my athletes is have them go left hand overhead. I would say right knee over and across on the ground, ear to bicep, hold, right? Now, if you want to show off, you can do it bottoms up as well. It's a lot harder. Bottoms up, arm up, I'm going to punch and knee across, ear to bicep. And if I want to make it even harder, stack your legs, right? I'll show you what that looks like on the other side. And notice how whenever I bring the kettlebell down, I reverse the same pattern as I used to pick it up. So I go from here, I come down to the chest, roll, let it down. That helps everybody avoid any annoying injuries. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the side lying variation, what it looks like when I come across. So I'm rolling to my back, this leg straight. I'm gonna go bottoms up. This hand's just off, holding, right? This will be the supine variation. When you drag the knee across and over, that'll be your side lying arm bar, right? So before you roll, you go arm overhead, left arm overhead. I'm trying to make a long line from my fingertips to my toes. I'm going to go right knee across and over, ear to bicep. So I like this knee like this. I'm going to try to relax. I got a long straight line with the bottom leg, and then I'll say stack them if I want to challenge them, right? And you can do this variation also with the kettlebell down. If they can't do bottoms up, just make sure the wrist is straight. And then reverse it back down. and then you would switch sides, do both sides. But that's the 2 variations that I like to use before pressing as a general shoulder routine for definitely young athletes, prehab, rehab, you name it. If you've never tried a kettlebell arm bar, invest in some small ones, throw them into your routine 2 to 3 times a week. Let me know what you think.